Carly Benseguera and welcome back to my channel. So today my hair is just in a nice little messy bun, which I know you guys don't see often, but this is a frequent hairstyle in my life. I just usually choose to put more time into it for my videos, but apparently not today. So today I'm going to be talking to y'all about how to do your splits. This is a add-on to my what was supposed to be a dance series, but it kind of never continued. I did that stretch and strength routine and then nothing else. So now we're getting into it. Yeah, my bun's still intact. Looking great. So having your splits is great if you're a dancer, a gymnast, a yogi, or if you just want to increase your flexibility in general. In my opinion, splits are essential for getting high kicks, high leaps, having more general flexibility, and being able to really evolve yourself as a dancer or a gymnast. So this is really for my dancers and gymnasts out there, but really anyone who wants to get your splits, this is how. My hair is going crazy. Okay, before we get started here, I just want to give you guys some general tips to keep in mind while you're stretching, before you're stretching, and just general awareness before we get started in the actual stretchingness. Okay, so tip number one is to just know it's possible, but most likely you will not get your splits overnight. Just keep that in mind, just tell yourself that, because if you go into it thinking you're gonna get it on the first try, you'll most likely lose a lot of motivation and probably give up your process, and that's no good at all. So just know you're not going to get it overnight. Number two, this kind of goes along with number one, but ease into it. Go slow. Make sure that you're really getting into those muscles and really going slowly and getting the effective stretch. If you really urge yourself through it and try to plop down on the first day, you might end up injuring yourself and then you can't do your splits at all, and that's no good at all. Tip number three is to make sure you're stretching every day. When I say every day, I mean every day. Because reason I say every day is because when you're trying to get your splits and when you're stretching, you're lengthening those muscles, and if you stretch really effectively one day and you lengthen it, but you don't stretch every day, your muscles will start to compress back, and all that hard work you did will be for naught. But if you're stretching every day and continually lengthening and compressing and stuff like that, then your muscles will naturally stay lengthened at one point, and your splits will no longer begin to hurt as much when you're trying to get in and out. Make sense? Good. And my last little tip here, tip number four, is to take deep breaths throughout the entire duration of your stretching period for your splits. Deep breaths in and out. Make sure you're really getting that oxygen circulating throughout your body so that those muscles can really get lengthened and you can really get a deep, effective stretch. Okay, those are all my tips. Let's just get right into the stretching. So, before you begin your stretching at all, make sure you are very warm. So it's great to do this after dance class, after gym class, gymnastics. You go for a quick run, quick bike ride. If you don't have any of those options available, do some burpees. Those I find get you warm very quickly, just about 10, 15 of those, and you're sweating. So that's usually what I will do, or what I did when I was getting my splits, but make sure you are very warm and your blood is flowing. Okay, into the stretches. So the first stretch we're going to go into here, I know as runner's stretch. Some dancers call this lunge. It's not a lunge, it's runner's stretch. Okay, so in this stretch, you're going to try to sink your hips down while keeping your back legs straight. So try to get your hips as low as you can, but try to keep that back leg straight. You can balance up on your knee and really sit up straight and try to sink down, or you can try to start like maybe hunching over a little bit, try to press those hips down, put your arms down, and you're trying to work towards getting your elbows on the ground. So you can rest on your forearms on the ground, but that's really how you're going to get an effective stretch. If you need to, or if you want to, you can put your back knee down on the ground, but just trying to really work in there, that's a really great stretch. Now, keep in mind, when you're first getting started, if you don't come from a very flexible background, like if you're not a dancer, gymnast, or cheerleader, this could be where you're at for a couple days or a couple weeks, just trying to get those elbows on the ground. So just keep that in mind and don't lose motivation. If you can't get to that point right now, you just gotta ease into it. That's where you stop for now. You do that stretch every day. But then further along, you'll be able to advance to these next couple stretches. Okay, from this position, we're going to put our back knee on the ground and push your hips up and back and straighten your front leg into half splits. This is actually a yoga pose. I think all of these are technically yoga poses or something, but this is known as half splits. And you're going to really try to get your nose to your knee, stretch forward, really feel all in the back of that front leg. And then also, dancers, if you're trying to get your fan kicks, if you stretch to the side of the straightened leg in front, it'll stretch that side of your leg, that IT band, and that's what you need for your fan kicks. Just an extra little tip there. But really stretch here, feel it in the back of the legs. Okay, the third stretch here I know as split stretch. So bend that front leg and straighten your back leg. You're trying to get both hips on the ground and square. You can either do this stretch sitting up straight, or you can go onto your forearms, put your forehead on the ground, but make sure that you are trying to get both hips on the ground and square. You can also start to slowly straighten your front leg a little bit, bring it out to like 90 degrees in front of you. That to me is a little uncomfortable in my knee, so I usually choose not to do that, but you know, for your preference, you can do that if you wish. Okay, next, our fourth stretch, really common jazz split. This is a great stretch for getting your splits. It's basically the opposite of split stretch. Straighten your front leg, bend your back leg, and then go over nose to knee. And just sit here, take deep breaths, and just sit here for a while. Really feel it in all of those little muscles and really stretch it out. And then from here, stretch to the center, I guess. So the opposite side of the leg that is in front, and really try to stretch out in front of you. Try to get your nose to the ground, your forehead to the ground. I remember when I first tried to do this, I couldn't get my nose to the ground, and now that seems kind of like I actually couldn't because it really hurt too bad. So, you know, you just gotta take it slow, and now I can just like sleep in this position, but you'll get there, you just have to take it slow. Okay, and then now we're going to get into our splits. It's very important when you're stretching in your splits that you do not hunch over. This is the biggest mistake that I see dancers or gymnasts or whatever trying to get their splits. This is the biggest mistake they make. When they're trying to get them, they hunch over. You can't press your legs down when you're hunched over. You can't put your legs down. It's really hard. Think of rolling your shoulders back, sitting up straight, and reaching for the ground behind you. This is how you're going to get down in your splits. As soon as I made that transition, as soon as my teacher told me to stretch that way, it was a matter of days before I got down. So you're going to want to push back, and then from here, try to balance a little bit. Try to bring your arms up, and another really great thing is if you have a partner or someone with you, have them stand with their legs like over your back leg and grab onto your hands above your head. You can see here I didn't have anyone, but you know, imagine someone grabbing my hands and holding you above the ground. That is the best stretch in my opinion, to get your splits, is doing that as often as you can. If you can grab a person, something, or if there's like a bar or something you can grab onto, that's great. And just really trying to bring weight out of your hands. Just one more quick thing while you're in your splits, once you already have them, of course you can work on overextended splits, which is you can just prop your foot up on something else and get that leg higher. Nose to knee, stretch over forward. You can stretch backwards, try to grab your back leg, and you can also stretch to the center. That feels really nice. You just try to sit there like you did in jazz split, but just in full split now. And like I said, the great thing about having your splits is that you get higher kicks, higher leaps. You can work on leg holds and tilts and extensions and fan kicks and all kinds of things that you'll see as you're stretching to get your splits. You'll see all these different tricks start to look so much better because of just the one simple stretch that you can do now. So I hope this helped you out. If you have any other questions or any other tips that I did not mention, please make sure to leave those down in the comments and give this video a like if you liked it. And now on to my weekly favorites. So my song of the week is Feels by Calvin Harris. I'm pretty sure it was my song of the week a couple days ago or weeks ago, whatever, but I'm really into it again. So Yeah. And then my top tuber this week is Safiya Nygaard. I don't know if I'm saying her name right at all, and I know you all probably know who she is, but I just started watching her videos this week and I am obsessed. I love all of her videos and how creative she is, and I love watching all her crazy fashion videos and stuff. It's really cool. So make sure to check out my song of the week and my top tuber down below if you're into that. Subscribe to this channel for a new video every Monday and Saturday and sometimes Wednesday of summer. I hope you're having a great day, and with that, see ya! Hey, also, quick shout out, if you're like into food and stuff like that, you should totally follow my new food Instagram at Carly's Cravings on Instagram because I like it and it's fun, and yeah, that's all. Bye!